Hey, boys and girls. I hope you're all doing very well. And I hope you had some time to think about our calendar grid here from the week that, because today is Friday. And this is our fourth day doing our calendar grid. So hopefully you had a little bit of time between yesterday and today to think about what you think might be underneath this number 4. So far we have had an orange card, a yellow card, and a blue card. And the first day, because this was the September 1st, we just had somebody drew a straight line on this card. And then on this one, there are 2 popsicle sticks to show the 2 here. And then yesterday on Thursday, the third card, we had a tins frame, and you can see that there are 3 black dots to represent this 3 right here. So now today is September 4th, 2020, and I'm going to give you about 15 seconds to think about what might be underneath of this card once I reveal it. What do you think might be under September 4th once I reveal it? What color is it? How will they represent the number 4? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip the 4 over for September 4th, 2020. Here we go. Oh my goodness. So today we can see that the card is another orange card. So we have a pattern. We have orange, yellow, blue, orange. So I think we might be able to make some guesses about what we might see coming in the next couple of days. Okay, now let's look back to this orange card that represents the first. You can see that there was just a black line drawn to show the number 1 or to represent it. But over here, we can see that there are 4 lines that were drawn to represent the number 4. Okay, so we have a pattern here going on. So I'm going to give you just a few seconds to think about what would come on Saturday. We won't be in school tomorrow, but when we come back on Monday, which will be the 7th, I will reveal the cards from the weekend that we weren't together on the 5th and the 6th. So I want you to think about, what do you think might be here? Think about what color the card might be and think about how they might represent or show the number 5. Okay, I'm not going to turn it over yet. We will do that together on Monday. Okay, so if we come over here to our interactive board about how many days of school, yesterday we had been in school for 9 days. And let me show you what that looked like. So we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this chart shows 9 using tally marks. So you can represent numbers in lots of different ways. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Actually, I'm going to leave the 5 tally marks and the 4 tally marks, and I'm just going to erase this 9. Okay, so this 5 was from our first week in school together. And then we added 4 more because we have been here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we have to add a line for the 5th day that we've been in school. Now I want to show you guys something. If we were to draw a line here, then we wouldn't have a group, okay? So when we represent numbers using tally marks, just like you see over here, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we crossed to show the group of 5. And that's why I circled it, to show that that's one group of 5. So when we come over here today, we're making the 5th line. So we don't want to make it over here. We want to cross like that. And that means we have a group of 5 more. So if we count on from 5, let's count on from 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have been in school for 10 days. That is hard to believe. Okay, so now we have to come over here to our next group, our next card, I'm sorry, and we are going to fill in 1 more to show another day in school. So just like I showed you over here, this was a group of 5, just like our tally marks were a group of 5. And then today, we just made another group of 5. So 5 and 5. Does anyone know what 5 plus 5 is? I bet you could figure it out. So this represents 10, and this represents 10, just in 2 different ways. Okay? So I'm going to come over here to our new activity that we're going to do, and we're going to do one of these each Friday throughout the year. And if we don't have school on a Friday, we might do it on a Thursday or a Monday, just kind of depending on our schedule for that day. So if you look over here, you see some coins. This is the back of a penny. This is the front of a penny. Okay, so this is the back of a penny. They call it the tail, and this is the head. Okay, so I'm going to read this poem to you, and it says penny. Okay, and these are good ways for us to remember how much a penny is worth. Penny, penny, easily spent, copper brown, and worth 1 cent. I'm going to read it one more time. Penny. Penny, penny, easily spent, copper brown, and worth 1 cent. Now, when we come back to school, I will have copies of some poems that we'll be putting in our poetry binder. And this is one that we will put in our poetry binder so that you can practice reading it, and it will help you with your math too. Okay? So we need to remember that a penny is copper brown. It's this color, and it equals 1 cent. Okay? Now, the next coin that we're going to be learning about is this coin, and it's a nickel. Okay, so this is the tail or the back of a nickel, and this is the head or the front of a nickel. Okay, and a nickel is worth 5 cents. Okay, I'm going to read this poem to you, and I want you just to think about a nickel. Nickel. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, you are worth 5 cents. I know that. So a nickel is worth 5 cents. So you can see that the nickel is bigger or thicker than the penny. So when we actually get in the classroom and we're touching money, you're going to see that the nickel is a little bit thicker or wider than the penny. Okay, I'm going to read this one more time. And just like I told you about the penny poem, this will be in your poetry binder so that you can continue to read it and you can continue to learn about money. Nickel. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat, you're worth 5 cents. I know that. Okay, so a nickel is worth 5 cents. Okay, so we're going to come over here to our last slide, and I went ahead and put the date on here because remember, we are only going to do this on Fridays. So it's an activity we do for the last day of the week, and it's called Weekly Calendar Collector. Okay, say that with me. Weekly Calendar Collector. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to spin my spinner, and you can see this is called pennies and nickels spinner. And each of these, this has 3 pennies, this has a nickel and a penny, this has 1 penny, and this has 1 nickel. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to spin the spinner, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so when I spun that, we got 1 penny. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my penny and I'm just going to put it over here. Okay, and we know that a penny, if I go back to our poem, is worth 1 cent. So I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to get my pen and I'm just going to go equals. Okay, now this is important. I'm going to make a 1 here. And then the cent sign looks like this. It's a little C with a line through it. And that means that it's coins. It doesn't equal money, like a dollar yet, okay? So if I go back here to my, penny, you can see that 1, this is the cent sign, okay? So Today, on September 4th, 2020, we collected 1 cent. Okay, so next Friday, we'll do the next column of our chart for the date, and we'll spin again, and we will move the coins over that we spin, and we'll figure out how much it's worth. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our calendar from today. I'm just going to walk you back through it again. This is what our card looked like for September 4th, which was Friday today. Then we used tally marks to figure out how many days we've been in school. And the next thing we talked about was graphing those. So this equaled 5, and this equaled 5. And then we learned the penny poem today. We learned the nickel poem today. And then we did our weekly calendar collector. And one thing I just forgot to mention is that this cent sign right here, I don't want you to worry if you don't know how to make that or you've never heard of it before, because we're going to be learning about money this year. So there will be lots of times that you'll get to practice making the cent sign, and it's something that we'll learn all school year. So this might be the first time you've ever seen it before, and that is okay. Okay, boys and girls, I had so much fun doing Number Corner with you this week, and I can't wait until we're in person so that we can have lots of conversations and get excited about our calendar grid each day and learning new things. I hope you are having a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.